This video is on the product rule, and these are just some basic examples of the product rule. Product rule is when you take two functions and multiply them together. You would do the first function times the derivative of the second plus the second function times the derivative of the first. Let's do an example. So in our first example, 5x to the fourth would be considered f. 2x cubed minus 6x squared would be considered g. So the derivative, dy dx, is equal to, we're going to follow the rule and say we're going to copy f first, so 5x to the fourth. Now we're going to multiply that by the derivative of g, which would be 6x squared minus 12x, plus, and then we're going to do the second function, 2x cubed minus 6x squared, times the derivative of the first function, which in this case would be 20x cubed. Generally speaking, we can leave this alone. Occasionally, they will do some reducing. Let's do a second example. Move this over to have a little more room. So we start with dy dx is equal to, again, this is our first function and that's our second function. So we're going to go first 4x cubed minus 6x times the derivative of the second, which would be 4x, plus the second 2x squared minus 5 times the derivative of the first function, which is 12x squared minus 6. A third example, we can go dy dx is equal to, now the square root function is our first function, the binomial is our second function, so we're going to go first times the derivative of the second, which would be 20x cubed minus 9, plus the second function, 5x to the fourth minus 9x, times the derivative of the first, and remember we have that one memorized as 1 over 2 root x. In our fourth example, 3x to the 2/3 is f, the binomial is g, so dy dx is equal to 3x to the 2/3 times the derivative of g, which is 4x minus 1, plus the second function, 2x squared minus x, times the derivative of the first. We use the power rule. 3 times 2/3 would give us a 2x, and then 2/3 minus 1 would be to the negative 1/3 power.